There are tragic scenes in the Indian city of Ahmedabad tonight after an Air India flight to London with more than 200 people on board has crashed shortly after takeoff. Thick black smoke could be seen billowing from the wreckage of the Boeing Dreamliner 787. More than 200 people were on board the flight, with local authorities say that which came down in a residential area of the city. London's Gatwick Airport has confirmed the downed flight was due to land at around 6:30 p.m. local time. India's Ahmedabad Airport is not currently operational, with all flights temporarily suspended. And we are joined now by our India Bureau Chief in New Delhi, Meghna Bali, and in London we are joined by Europe correspondent Elias Cleo. To you first, Meghna, in New Delhi, what do we know so far about the circumstances around the crash and how many casualties have there been so far?
Yeah, hey Girish, look, no fatalities have been confirmed yet. We're still waiting on authorities for that. I'm just here at Delhi Airport, just about to board a flight to Gujarat to see what else we can find out on the ground. But what we do know is, as you mentioned there, 242 passengers on board, 2 pilots, 10 crew members, mostly Indian nationals, UK citizens, Portuguese, so these and Canadians on that flight. What we are also hearing is early reports from local media that the plane also crashed into BJ Medical College in a residential area called Meghani Nagar. So, sort of quite shocking imagery coming out of the plane, and sort of a wing of that, college collapsed. As I said, dozens of injured people have been taken to local hospitals. We're yet to hear about the number of fatalities. As you saw there, about 1:30 local time this afternoon, almost immediately after this plane took off for Gatwick, it called out its Mayday call sign. It fell near the airport's perimeter in that residential area. Visuals showing that really thick black smoke. It's really shocking wreckage. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also tweeted out today, and he's said that he's stunned and saddened to hear about this incident, and that in this sad hour his thoughts are with victims' families. An emergency centre also set up for those victims' families to find out any more information.
And Meghna, has there been any response from Air India and the other authorities in the country?
That's right. Yeah, the Air India chairman did also tweet out, about half an hour to an hour ago, also expressing his shock and at this tragedy. He was the one that has mentioned that they're cooperating with authorities, as no doubt investigations continue as to what exactly happened here. This is, by all means, the worst crash that that India has seen in decades.
Okay, let's go to London now, where I'm joined by Elias Cleo. Elias, this plane was bound for Gatwick Airport. What do we know about who was on board?
That's right, Girish. It was due to arrive in London Gatwick at about 6:30 p.m. local time. A lot of media gathering there as we speak. Tragically, we know that plane will no longer land into Gatwick. Air India operates dozens of flights into London every week. The Boeing 787 is one of its workhorse in the fleet's flawless safety record. So it really is a great shock to the aviation community. But in terms of who was on board, well, as Meghna mentioned, over 230 from most reports, 169 of those Indian nationals, 53 British, 7 Portuguese, 1 Canadian. And it doesn't look at this stage like there were any Australians on board. We also know that 217 adults were on board, and sadly, heartbreakingly, 11 children. So we're still confirming exact details from flight manifestos and authorities, but at this stage that appears to be the figures, the statistics of the people that were on board. But of course we'll update our audience as we get more information to hand.
Yes, of course, more details, as you mentioned, to confirm. But Elias, has there been any word from the British government and other relevant authorities there? Absolutely.
So Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, has just tweeted, and I'm going to refer to my notes here, the scenes emerging of a London-bound plane carrying many British nationals crashing into the Indian city of Ahmedabad are devastating. He said, "I am being kept updated as the situation develops, and my thoughts are with the passengers and their families at this deeply distressing time." As I mentioned, 53 British nationals on board, and in a broad sense, significant relations between the two countries, a very large Indian community in London and across the United Kingdom who will be devastated by this news, as all of Britain will be. Now, the Indian Civil Aviation Authority will lead the investigation into this. General Electric, who builds the motors for Boeing aircraft, will also have an investigation. Boeing will be involved in it also. You would suspect, given that there were a significant amount of British nationals on board and the flight was due to arrive in the United Kingdom, there will be assistance from United Kingdom authorities and civil aviation experts as they prepare a report as to what happened. Now, an interim report will likely be delivered within 30 days, but we're not likely to see much information from that. The broader, more complete report on what exactly happened could take up to 2 or 3 years. But at this stage, all we can see is the vision, the very distressing vision of that plane taking off and then, unfortunately, what appears it falling to the ground. But we're still working to verify the various images coming in and get a sense of exactly what happened. Of course, the digital flight recorders, the black box, will have to be obtained, and a very extensive forensic investigation will have to take place before we have any sense of what happened.
Okay, Elias Cleo in London and Meghna Bali in New Delhi, thank you very much.